Good morning, guys. Automotive Inquiries here. I had a request on if somebody could ask me if I could show them how to clean a reusable air filter such as a K&N. There are other brands out there, S&B, a few others that have reusable washable cotton filters. So when you get your new filter in the box, this one's not new. We have a couple spares around. Just to kind of show you, we had a couple Imprezas, still have one. And when you put in the new K&N filter in your car, remember, keep your paper filter unless you have a spare like this for the exact same car, which most people don't, because why would you need two? Keep the paper one, so when you take out this, you can allow it a couple days to completely dry, especially if it's in the winter and it can't sit in the sun and dry. So drop in your paper one while this one's drying for a few days and you're good to go. Now this is the top of the filter. And then this is the bottom of the filter, and as you can kind of see, we got some bugs and everything in here. So before you really do anything with the filter, once you take it out, you're going to take it and just kind of drop it on the workbench, on the concrete or whatever. And what this is doing is it's just going to kind of drop out. See all these bugs that have fallen out of there, and they're no longer in there. So this is just getting out the easy to fall out type things. Now I wouldn't sit there and really whacking on anything. You don't need to drop it from your waist high or something, and you're going to be good. Now if you're going to use compressed air from an air compressor, always blow down through the filter, so down through the top. But I wouldn't really recommend using much over 90 psi to try and blow it out. If you decide to kind of blow it out, you're not going to use anything in here to try and pull out all of these bugs. Don't use screwdrivers, don't use knives. That can damage that cotton filter. Now, because these do allow more air to go through the filter versus the paper ones, you'll see that the entire filter can be dirty, but a lot of times it's just really concentrated right there. So now that we got most of those out, you're gonna have your garden hose and everything. Just go get with the manufacturer and buy the cleaning kit from the manufacturer for their filters. So if you ever had a warranty issue or whatever, you can say, hey, I bought the K&N, I bought the K&N cleaning stuff. I followed the instructions, which are on the box. And it really is simple. The biggest thing is not to over oil and not to damage the filter when you take it out, and just make sure you allow it to dry completely. It's not going to dry. It's cotton. If you got a cotton sock wet and laid it on the ground, it's going to take a little bit to dry. So this thing, being compact as it is, can take more time. So just get your garden hose out. If you want to put a little spray nozzle on there, you can. I wouldn't recommend cleaning this in your kitchen sink just because they are chemicals. Now each cleaning kit's going to come with a cleaner spray, and what you're going to do is just lay it on the ground and you're going to just apply all this cleaner spray all over this thing. Give a pretty liberal amount. And I know these cleaning kits are a little bit pricey. They're anywhere between 14 and 20 bucks. And you might think, well, geez, that's a lot. I'm going to use this every time I clean it. No, I've had this kit for, I don't know. It's lasted about, 10 cleanings. We're getting down to the bottom of it. But I mean, you only clean this filter probably every, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10,000 miles, whatever you want to do. But I like to clean them right around 3 to 5. So again, this kit for 20 bucks, did about 10 cleanings, I guess, if you will. So that's about, if it's 20 bucks, $2 a cleaning, and then you never buy the filter again. So if you kept your paper one, just drop it back in, leave it, you're good to go. And even if that filter's a little dirty, you're only going to have it for a couple days and it'll still do its job just fine. So after you get all your cleaner spray on, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to come out here and you're going to do the same thing with the water. You're running the water down, not up into the filter. You're running it down. So you can see this side is really clean because all that dirt got stopped from coming in. So the biggest thing is just spray it with cleaner, and then get your hose out and you're just going to run it. And believe it or not, all of this grease will just lift right off. All the bugs will fall out. Everything will come right out. So it'll be no big deal. After a couple days of letting it dry, and one thing you can come into is say on day 1 or 2, just come and just tap it on the ground again. If you see any water or condensation on the ground, then it's not completely dry. Now, once it is dry, you're going to take the oil, give it a shake, 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 and you're going to you can spray even the top just a little bit. But again, this is on the clean air side, so you don't need as much oil. And when you buy it new, it's ready to go out of the box. You do not need to oil it. So then what you're going to do is this material is going to be a lot lighter looking. So on this edge you can kind of see that it's a little lighter, and over here it's a little darker, and of course here it's dark where the grease caught all the dirt or the oil, and it'll come very like light pink, almost white looking. on the K&Ns, and on S&Bs it's blue or teal or whatever color you want to call that. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to be somewhat liberal. You're going to go over it in both directions, and then just let it sit. And as it soaks it up, you'll see the areas that kind of become more light again. And those are the parts where you just want to hit with the oil. And then what I'll do is once it's oiled, I will let it sit on the workbench for one more day. And again, you don't have to, but I let it sit on one more day just to soak everything up. So that way there's no oil droplets or anything like that. And then you can just wipe the edge off with a clean rag or paper towel. After that, it's all dry, it's oiled for a day or so. You're ready to go for another 5, 6, 7,000 miles, whatever your interval wants to be. I would definitely follow at least your car manufacturer's intervals of changing the filter in sense of how often you clean it. But for me, where my Stinger's a turbo, my Dooley's a turbo, those once they spool, they really pull some air through it. So I like to clean those a little bit sooner than later. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, guys, please subscribe, and I'll get back to your questions as soon as I can. Thanks, and drive safe.